Hey basketball fans, welcome back to our channel. Today we've got some exciting NBA trade rumors swirling around, and it involves none other than two-time All-Star Zach LaVine of the Chicago Bulls. With the Bulls off to a disappointing start, trade talks are heating up, and we've got the inside scoop on potential destinations and blockbuster moves. Buckle up for this deep dive into the Zach LaVine trade saga. It all started back in 2017 when the Bulls acquired LaVine in a trade with the Minnesota Timberwolves. LaVine quickly proved himself to be a valuable player, showcasing his stardom with a career-best 50 points in a game against the Atlanta Hawks. Despite his impressive performance, the Bulls lost the game, highlighting the team's struggle to capitalize on LaVine's individual success. Fast forward to 2021, and the Bulls were still experiencing a roller coaster of wins and losses. In January, they managed to defeat the Houston Rockets, with LaVine leading the team with 33 points. However, the Bulls' inconsistency continued to plague them, losing to the Utah Jazz later in the year, despite a valiant effort from LaVine and the team. Now here we are in the present day, and the trade talks are heating up. According to Shams Charania from The Athletic, there's been an increased openness from both the Bulls organization and LaVine about exploring a potential trade. Darnell Mayberry has also chimed in, saying that change feels imminent in Chicago. So, what does all this mean? Well, it could signal a significant shift in the Bulls' strategy. By trading LaVine, they may be looking to build a more balanced team that doesn't rely so heavily on one player's performance. This move could also free up some cap space, allowing them to bring in new talent and hopefully start to climb the ranks in the NBA once again. However, it's important to remember that these are just talks for now. Nothing is set in stone, and there's always a chance that the Bulls could decide to keep LaVine. But one thing's for sure, the coming weeks will be crucial for the future of the Bulls. So stay tuned, because this story is far from over. Could Zach LaVine, the two-time All-Star, be on the brink of a resurgence? This question has been stirring in the minds of many, as LaVine faces a season that's been, to put it mildly, less than stellar. However, this doesn't mean we should write him off just yet. After all, the best stories are often those of redemption and resurgence. Let's delve into LaVine's stats, starting with the recent game against the Sacramento Kings. Despite the Chicago Bulls' loss, LaVine's performance stood out, finishing the game with a season-high 41 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 4 steals. A commendable performance, no doubt, yet it wasn't enough to outlast the Kings. This game serves as a microcosm of LaVine's season, flashes of brilliance, but ultimately not enough to propel his team to victory. But there's more to consider than just a single game. While his shooting is currently below his career averages, experts believe LaVine is poised to bounce back to his prime form. The reason? It's simple. Talent of his caliber doesn't just fade away. We've seen it time and again, players hitting a rough patch only to emerge stronger, better, and more determined. LaVine's potential remains undiminished, and there's a sense that a change of scenery could be the catalyst for his resurgence. He's demonstrated his capabilities in the past, and with a bit of a shakeup, he could very well do it again. In sum, while LaVine's current performance might seem disheartening, it's important to remember that this is just a snapshot in time. His recent performances have shown glimmers of hope, and his potential remains as high as ever. Whether a change of scenery could spark a resurgence remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure, Zach LaVine is a player worth watching. His story is far from over, and we might just be on the cusp of another exciting chapter. Could it be that Zach LaVine, the high-flying guard of the Chicago Bulls, might be on the move? It's the question that's been buzzing around the sports world of late, sparking a flurry of trade speculations. Welcome to our in-depth analysis of this unfolding story. Zach LaVine, the man known for his gravity-defying dunks and sharpshooting ability, has been the centerpiece of the Chicago Bulls since he arrived in the Windy City. However, recent reports suggest that the Bulls might be considering trading their star player. According to insiders, the Bulls are seeking a promising young player, several first-round picks, and salary fillers in exchange for LaVine. These speculations have naturally led to a multitude of potential trade scenarios. Let's start by looking at the potential trade packages that have been suggested. First up, there's the possibility of a deal with a team that's in the rebuilding phase. This would involve the Bulls receiving a high-potential young player and multiple first-round picks. This kind of deal would allow the Bulls to build for the future while also freeing up some salary space. Then there's the scenario where a championship contending team makes a move for LaVine. This would see the Bulls getting a mixture of young talent, draft picks, and veteran players in return. A move like this could potentially catapult the Bulls into contention themselves. However, any potential trade involving LaVine is fraught with complexities. Firstly, there's the matter of matching salaries. LaVine is on a significant contract, and any team looking to acquire him would need to send back matching salaries in return, which could prove to be a stumbling block. Then there's the question of whether the Bulls would be willing to part with their star player. LaVine is a bona fide all-star and one of the most exciting players in the league. Trading him away would be a significant gamble, and it's unclear whether the Bulls front office is prepared to take such a risk. To wrap things up, the trade speculations surrounding Zach LaVine have certainly added a layer of intrigue to the current NBA season. While the potential trade packages are intriguing, they also present a number of challenges and risks. Whether the Bulls decide to roll the dice and trade LaVine or opt to keep their star player remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, the coming weeks and months will be fascinating to watch. So, stay tuned for more updates on this captivating story as it continues to unfold. Until then, keep enjoying the thrill that is the world of professional basketball. Their roster, already loaded with talent, could become even more formidable with the addition of LaVine. He could provide the outside shooting that the Sixers have been desperately seeking, and his ability to create his own shot would be a tremendous asset. With LeBron James and Anthony Davis already in the mix, LaVine would add another dynamic scorer to this star-studded lineup. His athleticism and scoring ability would fit perfectly in the Lakers' fast-paced offensive system. Known for their strong defense, the Pacers could benefit from LaVine's offensive prowess. His scoring ability could be the missing piece that takes the Pacers from a good team to a great one. The Raptors have a young, talented core, and adding LaVine could provide a much-needed scoring punch. His athletic ability and scoring talent could be the perfect complement to the Raptors' defensive-minded approach. The Miami Heat is another team that could be a potential suitor for LaVine. With a roster full of gritty, hard-nosed players, LaVine's scoring ability could be the perfect addition. His knack for making big plays could make the Heat an even more formidable opponent. With Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, the Warriors already have a potent backcourt. Adding LaVine into the mix could create a three-headed monster that would be nearly impossible to stop. While there are several potential suitors for Zach LaVine, each team offers its own unique fit. From the 76ers' need for outside shooting to the Lakers' star-studded lineup, the Pacers' defensive prowess, the Raptors' young core, the Heat's gritty roster, and the Warriors' potent backcourt, each team presents a compelling case. As the NBA world waits to see where LaVine lands, one thing is certain. Whichever team secures his services will be getting a dynamic scorer with a knack for making big plays. Could the Zach LaVine trade saga be the most captivating storyline of this NBA season? The whispers are growing louder as the trade deadline inches closer. LaVine, a standout player for the Chicago Bulls since his trade from the Minnesota Timberwolves in 2017, has consistently upped his scoring average each season. Currently, he ranks among the top 10 scorers in the league. Despite his impressive performances, including a career-best 50-point game, the Bulls have had their share of struggles. The question on everyone's mind is, will LaVine stay with the Bulls, or will a new chapter in his career begin elsewhere? LaVine's prowess on the court is undeniable. Leading the Bulls with an average of 33 points in games, he's a force to be reckoned with. But basketball, as we all know, is a team sport. The Bulls' performance as a unit could play a pivotal role in LaVine's decision to stay or seek greener pastures. The NBA trade deadline is a whirlwind of speculation, rumors, and high-stakes decisions. It's a time when careers can pivot and the fate of teams can shift dramatically. LaVine's decision is one that could send ripples across the league, influencing not only the Bulls' future but also that of any team fortunate enough to secure him. In conclusion, as the NBA trade deadline approaches, all eyes are on the Zach LaVine trade saga. Will he stay with the Bulls, or is a new chapter about to be written in his illustrious career? Only time will tell. Until then, we'll keep you updated on all the developments in this riveting storyline. Stay tuned and remember, the game never stops.